Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hi, everyone. Peace be with you. Can people at the back hear me okay?
Yes.
Quality. So yeah, I'm Leyla. I'm speaking on behalf of People for Palestine. We are a community group, grassroots organisation based in Nottingham, and our focus is on educating and inspiring the people of Nottingham to take meaningful action for Palestine. Next week, there are marches being held in London, but we think it's really, really important that we're organising locally as well, because our MPs in Nottingham and wider Nottinghamshire have been hiding away. Not all of them. Nadia Whittam came along today, which was fantastic. Is Nadia still here? She's gone. Okay, interesting. Well, a question that I did have for Nadia when she said lasting peace, in her email she talks about lasting peace through a two-state solution. And I was interested in asking her what she meant by that, but she's not here. We'll see. Anyhow. Yeah, next week we're going to be holding a march in Nottingham. We think it's really important to be organising locally. It's obviously, go to London if you'd like to go, but 12 o'clock next week, Saturday, St Peter's Church, we will be marching in Nottingham, and we want to make it big here too. It's really important that our MPs know that we care in this city and that they can't just hide away. Same with our councillors. So, Saturday, 12 p.m, St Peter's Church. I'm going to test you at the end to see if you remember that. Anyway, today I'm going to be speaking about how to advocate for Palestine respectfully and responsibly. And don't worry, I'm not going to be telling you to be calm and polite, because war criminals, racists, colonizers, they do not deserve our politeness. They do not deserve our respect. We have a right to be loud. We have a right to be angry at this country for supporting genocide. Our anger is justified. But we also have a responsibility to make sure that we're using our privilege in this country to take meaningful action. Now, in the UK, which is an institutionally racist country, white people and anti-Zionist Jewish people hold the most influence in advocating for Palestine. These are the people that our government will listen to. It's a sad reality, but it's the truth. It makes it that much more important that you ensure that you center your advocacy around what Palestinians are asking for of us, and support Palestinians in their struggle. That goes for everyone here, not just white people, but it's even more important for you guys. So what are Palestinians calling for? What are the fundamental principles of their struggle to decolonize their land? Hands up if you feel confident in knowing that. What are Palestinians actually calling for? Okay, it's okay to feel nervous. I know it's difficult on the spot. Who's heard of the term thawabit? Who knows what that means, thawabit? No one? Okay. Thawabit directly translates to fundamental principles. These are the fundamental principles of the Palestinian struggle. They were created in 1977 by the Palestinian National Council and the PLO. Now, if you care about Palestine, if you believe in centering your activism around Palestinian voices, and you are fighting for their struggle, which all of us here are today, you need to understand these principles and advocate for them. So please listen carefully. Before anything else, we have to denounce the normalization of Israel. This means we have to recognize Israel does not have the right to exist in Palestine. No one has the right to colonize, ethnically cleanse, and illegally occupy a country. That's the objective fact. People like to spread misinformation and say that when I say this, I'm calling for the ethnic cleansing of all the Jewish people. Is that true?
No.
This is a lie. If Israel ceases to exist, that doesn't mean death to all Jewish people. What it means is that Israelis who want to live in peace in Palestine can live there in peace as Jewish Palestinians, as equals in the land. The second point, the second principle of the Palestinian struggle is to advocate for Palestinians' right to self-determination, self-autonomy. That means their own state from the river to the sea, controlled and created by Palestinians. Al-Quds, Jerusalem, should be returned to Palestinians as their capital city for all faiths to worship in, like it was before the colonizers and the Zionists came in. Palestinians must have the right to return to their homeland. Palestinians across the world must have that right. And finally, This one has been ignored and betrayed by many people in the UK. We must, if we claim we support Palestine, we must support and recognize Palestinians' right to resist against Israeli terrorism. We have to recognize that. Far too many people in the UK rush to condemn Palestinian resistance, including people and organizations that are seemingly pro-Palestine. They refer to them as terrorists, or they dilute their demands with the logic that the UK will never agree to this. So please remember, when advocating for Palestine, when advocating for people who are colonized, we have no right in this country to change their demands for them. It's our duty to listen to their voices and uplift them instead. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this country, the UK, has spent decades indoctrinating people to view resistance against Zionist terrorism as violent and something to condemn. And it's not an exaggeration for me to say Zionist terrorism. On January 5th, 1948, 76 years ago yesterday, Zionist terrorists blew up Semirami's hotel in Jerusalem, belonging to Palestinian Christian people. And these terrorist attacks were carried out using British arms to drive Palestinians out, colonize their land, and establish what we call Israel today. Our MPs speak about lasting peace for both sides through a two-state solution. We know that these are lies. How can Britain preach about creating peace when they are the ones who created this violence? We cannot keep looking to colonizers to establish peace for us. This is why we cannot just call for peace. We have to advocate for Palestinian liberation, unapologetically. It's been 92 days, as the brother said already, 92 days of genocide. And as a priority, as Louise said, we absolutely need a ceasefire right now. But if you really mean it when you say free Palestine, you need to recognize that this genocide is much bigger than Gaza. It's the entirety of Palestine and more. Israel are attacking Lebanon, Yemen, Syria, Iran, and Iraq. They're pushing for a regional war and the eradication of Palestine altogether. Netanyahu said at the start of this year that they will be continuing this genocide for months to come. Months! Israel have never had any intention of living in peace with the Palestinians. And the Palestinian people have been saying this to the world for over 100 years. And no one has listened. So people living in the UK need to wake up and understand what their role is here. We need to understand what our role is in fighting for Palestine. Our role is to uplift and to center Palestinian demands in our activism. We need to make our voices louder than the oppressors, but quieter than the oppressed. Louder than the oppressors, but quieter than the oppressed. What I mean by this is we cannot speak on behalf of Palestinians. We need to listen to them and spread their message, their real message. Stand in solidarity with Palestinian resistance against the decades of colonial terrorism they have endured. They have a right to defend themselves. Take meaningful action through boycotting and demanding answers from those in power. Show them that you see through their lies. Because the UK has gotten away with collective ignorance and indifference for far too long. All of you here today, you care. So show them you care. Do not sit in silence. Do not let colonizers restrict your definition of what freedom can look like. Do not let them lie to you with their claims of false peace and fake solutions. Call them out when they start talking about two-state solutions. So much of the work of oppression is done through policing our imaginations and our dreams. Remember, liberation is always possible. Commit to it, fight for it, and make it happen. From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Remember, we're marching in Nottingham next week. What day?
Saturday.
What time?
12.
Where?
St. Peter's Church.
St. Peter's Church, there you go. Come over to us at the back, we've got a banner so you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much, peace be with you all, Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Leyla.